Hi. Welcome to the Reluctant Sisters podcast. This is episode 3. I'm Adrienne. I'm the Reluctant Knitter.
And I'm Sarah, the Reluctant Podcaster.
And we're going to try to get it together today for you and do it like regular, real, like for real podcasters in IRL. Because we always forget where you can find us and all this other stuff.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to start with that, where you can find us. So we're on Ravelry. I'm on Ravelry as the Reluctant Knitter with no E in the knitter. So ReluctantKnittr. Wow, that was...
Good job.
There we go. Well, I was looking at it, so not that great. And Sarah can be found as...
Sarah JG2 on Ravelry. And sarahgautreaux on Instagram. And you can, like, if you click on my profile on Ravelry, there's a link to your Instagram there.
Mm-hmm. And Sarah has an H on it.
Yes, Sarah with an H.
Sarah with an H. And we're on Instagram together as the Reluctant Sisters. And that's where I've been posting all of my knitting.
Yeah, I feel like
knitting stuff.
Mostly you.
It is mostly me. I think I take control of the Instagram, and she takes control of the Ravelry.
Yeah,
I think it's kind of how it's been going. It has been quiet this week, but that's cool. And then, well, I guess that's it. And where you can find us. We're going to try to put it in the down bar on the video.
Oh. And thank you for returning viewers, and thank you if we have any new viewers this week.
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you for all your support. It's been really nice. It's a good community to be a part of.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're going to talk about some cows that we're doing right now. So we have a cow going until, are we doing it till October 31st? I don't remember now. So the Rhinebeck sweater cow, because we're going to Rhinebeck, so we're going to do a sweater cow until October 31st. And then I think we said, I mean, I guess as many, limit of 2 sweaters, because Rhinebeck is 2 days.
Right.
So limit of 2 sweaters, and you can't have, whips are allowed if you started them after February 1st.
Is that what we said?
I think that's what we said. Whips after February 1st. See, February 1st.
Oh, okay.
And please feel free to knit a sweater even if you are not attending Rhinebeck.
Right.
This is not only if you're going to Rhinebeck. It's just because that's what you do when you go. So this isn't exclusive to people who are in the area or can afford to go or whatever.
Yeah.
Or are going.
Just a sweater cow. We're just in quotes.
And there's a couple of other sweater cows going on. I know that Mina from the Knitting Expat podcast is doing a sweater cow, and I think she's doing it in conjunction with someone else, but I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Vanessa?
Yeah.
From
Kiltcraft
podcast. Yep. I think hers is like the first 3 months, like through March.
Yeah. So anyway, if there's a cow that you are participating in that also qualifies our cow, please feel free.
Yeah, double dip it up.
I don't know all the cows going on. There's a million billion always. So please feel free to just, enter your thing in whatever cows that also include ours.
Right. Yeah.
We don't have prizes yet, but we do have, we're planning on getting something at Rhinebeck as one of the prizes. And then
we'll probably
make
a bag or something. The more entries we have, we'll do more prizes.
Yes. And so whatever we pick up along the way, and feel free to donate a prize if you'd like to. Yes. And then the other cow that we're doing is called the Reluctant Cow, and it's going on from now until April 30th. Right. You can do a whip, or whips are included. And this is anything that you've been reluctant to knit, whether it be a pattern, a color you've been reluctant to use, a technique you've been reluctant to do,
a whip you've been reluctant to finish,
anything. And then we'll have a prize for that, and then we'll also have, that'll be a random prize. We'll just pick a number randomly, but then we'll also have a prize for best rationalization of why you are reluctant. So if we didn't say the category and you think that yours fits in because you're reluctant XYZ, let us know, and whatever the funniest one or most best rationalization or random or whatever, we'll pick a prize for too, because we like to promote creativity.
Do we?
I do. I don't know if she does.
And that can
I
be
liked it.
any craft, spinning, weaving, crocheting,
Yeah.
sewing,
Yep.
anything.
All crafts welcome in that one.
Yep.
And then I think that's all for our cows so far.
Yeah, the sweater cow, if you're crocheting the sweater, that's fine too.
Yep.
Oh, should we show prize for the reluctant cow?
Yes,
or should I show that after?
Well,
in procurement. I can just do it now.
I'll just do it now. So we did get some prizes for the reluctant cow already, so we're going to show those.
I love Tufts Woolens. I'm sure everybody's heard of it. Molly from Homespun House has been using her for a long time.
Oh yeah.
I think feels like everybody does. It's really great stuff. I like it because I'm very sensitive to smells and fragrances, and even if they're natural fragrances, I can be really sensitive to them. So there's a few that are a little strong for me. She uses all natural fragrances, Martha at Tufts Woolens, and my favorite thing that she makes is called, what is this called? Lanolin Rich Hand and Body Balm. It comes like this in a little, looks like a little deodorant container. It's a solid, like a lotion bar. And it's nice. You just, rub it on your hands and it doesn't leave anything wet or sticky. It has lanolin in it, so it's good for, it's.
Because I didn't love the one that I got. Do you
put the other brand? I kind of do rub it on both hands.
And then demonstrate for you.
Yeah. So there's nothing sticky, and with the lanolin, it's not going to leave any kind of like oily marks on your wool.
Smells delish.
Yeah, and I bought this for the Reluctant Cal prize. It's her sock soap sampler pack. Let me see, there are 5. So there's 5 different pieces.
Not now, but when you showed the card, it was upside down.
Well, it goes like that. There's her card.
There we go.
It's got a vanilla almond, royal apiary, which is my favorite scent she has. It's kind of citrusy and honey. Lavender refresh, which is the kind of lotion bar I have today. It's a rosemary peppermint. Let's see. And
peppermint
sweet lime, which I've had a sample of that in her body bar, and it smells really, really good. So I mentioned that I loved her products and that I was buying this to be a prize in our Cal, and she so sweetly sent a little sheep sock soap, which is so cute, and it's the orange and ginger. Cute. I'll have to buy that.
It's got like little curly Q hair.
Really, really, really cute.
I bought a new camera, so I hope that it's better than what it was before.
Yeah. So this is really nice. Her sock soaps, you just under the running water, you lather it up and put your woolen item in, your finished project, whatever you're washing, and leave it, and then you rinse it. It's not like Eucalyptus that you, or what's that other one? Soak that you don't have to rinse, but it's really nice. Gets your socks nice and clean.
There's instructions on the back of the card for whoever wins this.
And I think this is Etsy, but I think she's at tuftwoolens.com now. Yeah, www.tuftwoolens.com. I'll obviously have a link in that. And I guess that's it. Yeah, she has some really great scents.
Cool.
And thank you, Martha.
Thank you, Martha. Okay, so I guess we're just going to move right along to finished objects. So I have 2.
Yay.
I finished both my vanilla socks, which is very exciting, and I've worn both of them, and they fit good. Yeah, no, I'm just going to hold them up both, like, whatever. So,
look, we got sock blockers.
We got sock blockers, too. Okay, so this is what it is, just vanilla. I did this one cuff down on size US, size 1, 2.25 millimeter DPNs. And then this is what it's like off the blocker. But anyway, I did 2x2 rib. I did a fish lips kiss heel, which was my first-ish time. I did 2 firsts at the same time. And then on this one, I did a rounded toe, which is my first rounded toe, which I really liked.
Is it just the decreases?
Yes, it's not. Yep, it's not a star toe or anything.
Which is a decrease, like a hat, sort of.
Yes. They're a teeny tiny bit short because when you do cuff down, you just try them on, and then when you're so far from the end of your toe, you start your decreases. So this is my first time doing it, so I guess I thought that I was of the appropriate length and I was a little bit short, but it's fine. And actually one of them, I don't know, so I was doing 20 rounds on one and then 20 rounds on the other and alternating that way to get them done 2 at a time. And the first one that I finished, it was like teeny short. It was like this short. And I was like, what the crap did I do? Like, oh my gosh, this is a disaster. So I texted my sister Amy and I was like, if one of your kids wants a pair of rainbow socks, they can have them because this is like whatever. So she's like, well, why don't you just rip it back? So I finished the other one and it was longer. So I obviously missed 20 rows on one of them. And I was like, oh, never mind. It's long enough. So I just tore back on one of them and I was so mad. First of all, because I didn't love knitting on the DPNs, just wasn't for me. I've knit Magic Loop ever since I started learning how to knit socks, which wasn't that long ago. So I didn't love DPNs. I was like, I don't know. The whole time they were kind of annoying me, but not because of it was just me. I was annoying myself. So when I did that, I was like, ugh, I don't even care anymore. I just want these done. I just want to move on. But thankfully, I only made the mistake on one and was able to salvage. But that's me. I'm crazy like that.
Oh, give me that so I can put my sock on.
Oh, then my second pair of vanilla socks. Oh, those were on, I'm sorry, those were on Wild Hair Fiber Studio Pinnacle Fingering in the Grateful Dyed colorway. It's a 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. And then the needles I used were Haya DPNs, which I donated to Sarah because I didn't like them. All right, so my next ones are vanilla socks as well, and these are Happy Feet 100 Splash in the Purple Iris colorway. They're 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon. And I use Knit Picks US 1 40-inch circulars or 100 centimeter circulars. These are super soft. I really love these. I did toe up 2 at a time, fish lips, kiss heel, and a 2x2 ribbing again. I wore them, so they're a little slouchy on my sock blocker, but let's see how that goes. And then I just kept folding them in half, and then when they were about the same length, that the leg was about the same length as my foot, I started the ribbing or whatever, or it doesn't matter. Point is, I think I'm going to do the legs longer on my next one. That's all I was trying to say. And then that's it for my FOs.
Cool.
Oh, we didn't say what we were wearing. Do you want to say what you're wearing in your FOs?
Yeah.
This was an FO 4 weeks ago on the first one, and then I just got around to blocking it after our second podcast. But anyway, it's my Across the Pond shawl. The pattern is by Mina Phillip from the Knitting Expat podcast. She's Mina86, I think, on Ravelry. Yep. So that's it. And I talk about it in episode 1. So go back and watch it if you haven't. And
yeah, it'll be in the show notes from episode 1 or the thread.
Yeah, show notes. Show notes are on Ravelry.
Yeah, in our Ravelry group, that's where we put our show notes. It has links and everything.
We're going to get it together at some point. We will. Or we won't.
If there's something in the show note, something we didn't put in the show notes, or you're not seeing in the show notes, you can ask us if there's something you're looking for you didn't see.
Yep.
Oh no, what did I don't think I... Let's see. I think this is comfort sock. Anyway, so I guess I'll talk about this first. This is one of my FOs. I knit it in a week because when I test knit, I feel like
she's on the deadline.
The self-imposed obligation to get it done as fast as possible and be monogamous because they're waiting for it. Which I could have waited. I could have taken 3 weeks to do it, but I don't know. It's just in my head that they're waiting for it.
I've never tested it before, but I would too.
I want to get it done as fast as I can for them. So this is Mina's brioche shawl.
It's long.
Yeah, nice and big. I only got 25 repeats because she doesn't give, there's no gauge. It's whatever you like. So I used the recommended needles, which I think was a size, US size 5. I have to make a pattern page for this still because I procrastinate. Yeah, so I only got 25 of the 35 repeats listed in that will be listed in the instructions, but it's nice because you can knit until you run out of yarn. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the gauge is. I think I'll go down a needle size next time I make it, but It's not. It's airy.
She always says Mina always says as long as you're, usually for her shawls, as long as you're liking the fabric you're getting, then there's no.
And I do like this fabric. It's nice. You know, it's good. It's you can see through it, but it's not. It's still warm because it's basically double layered. And so I did that in about a week. This might be the fastest turnaround time on yarn in my stash. It didn't even get put away, I think. It's this is the yarn ink. What does it say? Art on string. It's the hummingbird colorway.
We talked about this our last podcast.
Yeah, I got it. I did a trade with my friend Sasha in Canada. This base is merino nylon. What is it? Sock? 80-20 merino nylon. 4 ounces is 420 yards. So that's this color, which
I love.
Beautiful, nice jewel tones. And then the gray is Perlina. I don't know. I had two 50-gram balls, and 50 grams is 230 meters. And it's 100% virgin wool. I guess it's washable. Yeah. Machine washable, so I get super wash. This is a lot thinner or lighter fingering than the yarn ink is. But I don't think it matters. It's not like it's a lace edging on a shawl or anything. The yarns end up being back to back, so it works out good. And I'm glad because I did not know what I was going to do with this yarn. But
the hummingbird yarn or the
gray
yarn?
When I bought the gray, I bought it for something else, but as a last resort. But I ended up finding something better, so I had this in my stash. And I was reluctant to do brioche because I didn't feel like I could find a good color combinations. But now I see
that's interesting
combinations everywhere.
I'm reluctant to do, because I haven't done brioche yet. I'm reluctant to do brioche because I never really liked it. But it seems like things that I don't like, I just need to see Sarah do. And then I'm like, okay, I like it. Because I talked about in the first podcast, typically I'm not in love with hand spun. And then she does spinning, and I love her hand spun. And I was like, I don't really like brioche. And now I'm looking at this and I'm like, maybe I want to do that shawl. Yeah, and then I heard, she said too, I think you said it on Instagram or whatever, that it's addictive.
Yeah, it's easy. I just watched one video that Mina linked in the email with the pattern, and I got it. I think I do it loose because I was worried about being too tight, but it's, like I said, it's not too loose. I did lifelines for a few repeats, but there was only, didn't do them the whole shawl because
Did you need to ever tear back to your lifeline?
No, so I didn't bother putting any more in. I saw one little thing where I didn't carry the yarn in the back, so it just crosses, but you can't. Yeah, I didn't mess it up. It was easy, so when she comes out with this pattern, it's totally beginner friendly because I had never done it before.
Good to know.
So then, this is my other one. These socks I finished for my mom, for our mom. It's the Barocco.
Ooh, they're thick.
Yeah, don't they feel thick?
Yeah.
It's the Barocco Comfort Sock.
Nice.
I have my project page on Ravelry, has all the info. It's just a 64 stitch toe up on US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter DPNs. I do 2 at a time, and I just did a contrasting heel and toe and cuff.
I love him.
Yeah, I was right here 2 weeks ago when I finished them up. Yeah, so now she can wear them. And this yarn is weird. It's I forgot what it is. It's on my project page. It's like 50 acrylic and 50 nylon or something because our mother's allergic to wool. So it's kind of like knitting with cotton, but you gotta do
it's nice. It feels nice.
Yeah.
And thick.
Yeah.
Actually.
But I was happy to find this the pattern versions because this is a lot more enjoyable than I had this leftover. I made navy socks, and our mother doesn't like texture on her socks, so it's a lot more enjoyable to have some kind of color changing.
The navy isn't the same. Is the navy the same as the pattern? The
same
yarn?
Yeah, same yarn. Different color, just a navy. But I just like the way that looks.
I like it a lot. I've never done
contrasting.
I haven't yet. I'd like say like, oh, I've never done, like, I haven't really been knitting that long, so it's not like it's true I've never done it, but it doesn't seem like I've been knitting for like 5 years and I've never done something. I haven't done a lot. There's a lot I haven't done because I'm new. All right, good. Moving on, I guess, to whips. So I started another pair of socks because I really want to love doing socks, and I like them now after I have 2 pairs that fit. So I am doing the Los Monos Locos socks, which are the monkey socks, and they are knit toe up though. So the pattern is toe up.
Yeah, the Cookie A pattern monkey socks is free. You can find it on Ravelry, and it links you over to Knitty for the free pattern. That's the top down version. This is toe up version. Somebody.
Yeah, and who is this? Let me look really quick. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. This is by...
But we'll put a link to
I don't know. Jennifer O'Sullivan. No, monkey. Yes. Toe up adapted. No. Jennifer O'Sullivan does another toe up pattern, I think.
Okay. Well,
I don't
anyway,
know who
we'll
this
have
is.
a link.
The link is there.
We'll have a link to both if you like it top down or toe up.
Yes, we'll link both. So I'm doing toe up because I do 2 at a time toe up. And I also, this is also my first rounded toe up. The last rounded toe I did was, let me just go like this maybe. There we go. And I'm knitting these on Knitter's Pride Carbons, 40-inch circulars, US 1. So we're gonna do a procurements section, but I'm actually using everything that I've bought. So I bought these in the past 2 weeks.
Should we put it on the blocker?
Yeah, let's put it on a blocker.
Show you the lace. It's an easy lace.
Yeah, it's really, really easy, and I really am liking it.
It's a little hard to tell with
a little bit, I guess.
Colorway with the variegated yarn, but you can see it and it looks good.
Yeah, so I'm ready to put in the heel.
Really?
On that. And I also have a stitch marker on it, even though I didn't need one, because you can obviously tell which way is the front and which way is the back because there's a pattern on the front. But I have my little sushi. Can you see a sushi stitch marker? It's like a little row. They're so cute.
Oh, it's so nice to be able to see the...
I know, it autofocuses. And then the yarn that I'm using is Wonderland Yarns. I think it's by Frabjous, Frabjous Fibers. Frabjous Fibers. And it's the Wonderland Yarns. Queen of Hearts, I think, is the weight of the yarn. So it's a sock or fingering weight. 410 yards for 4 ounces, and it's 80-10-10. Yeah, superwash merino cashmere nylon. Ooh. And then this is the Nebula colorway, and it's dyed exclusively for my local yarn store, Madison Wool, in Madison, Connecticut. And if you want to see it caked up, I have to pull them both out because they're attached. This is it caked up. Which I think it was like we just walked in, we were just doing errands or whatever. I had to go to the bank and had to go to the post office, and we were like, well, since Madison Wool's right across the street from the post office, why don't we just go? And it was like, I think one of the first, like I walked in and I like saw it. I'm like, what is this? So, and I'm really liking it a lot. I love the colorway. It's got purples and greens and blues and it's nice. Okay. And then I saw a lot of people knitting on carbons and I really wanted to try them. I've heard everybody say that the joins sometimes are sharp. But I got these from Knit New Haven, so I didn't get them off the internet or anything, so I was able to open it up and feel it and everything. And the first package I opened was totally fine. The joins were totally fine. So that's it. Oh, and then this is in my little project bag that Sarah made me. It's little owls. It's so cute. And then the inside is just navy.
Yeah. And this owl fabric, it was just a fat quarter from Julian's.
Yeah, fat quarters. So whenever I want her to make me project bags, I just go pick out fat quarters for her, and she does it. And then in one of the episodes, I think in episode 1 show notes, she has the link to the patterns that she uses. All right, and my next one, it's like covered in rabbit hair. I'm sorry. I have a bunny, if you guys didn't know, which you might not know, whatever. And he's a house bunny, so he like runs around free. He's free range. And he gets on my couch and gets hair all over my stuff. But anyway, it's in my Wool and Vine project bag, which she has she's done this a lot in her shop. That's Kristen, and she hand dyes yarn, Wool and Vine yarns, and makes project bags. And she also is on YouTube. It's the Yarngasm podcast. But anyway, she's made this one a lot, and then she hand dyed a skein of yarn to go together as a kit to match the bag. So that's what I'm knitting this out of.
Look how cute.
So this is the Zilver shawl. And it's really super easy. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And it's really easy. You just do like 6 repeats of a stockinette stitch and then increasing repeats of the ridge. And it's really good. It's like easy because, well, I find the pattern easy to memorize, so I don't have to like continue to look at the pattern. So it's nice when you're like hanging out watching TV and stuff. And it just uses a skein of fingering weight, which a lot of times when I buy yarn, I just buy a skein. So a lot of times I'm like looking for stuff. And this is in the, when she dyed the yarn to match the bag for the kit, she called it Ballroom Blitz, but now she's dyeing it as a regular, and it's called Come On Barbie, Let's Go Party. And this is the colorway. It's really pretty. It's just like kind of pastel-y pinks and blues and stuff, and then it has like little bright sections of like, you probably can't see that, but bright sections of like bright teal and hot pink, which I love. So cute. And this is the it's on her Volca base, which is 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon. And it's 435 yards to 100 grams.
She does updates on Fridays.
Updates on Fridays, and be ready. Like, be ready to like know what you want and put it in your cart and like pay immediately, because it goes fast, really fast. And then I'm knitting these. These are new needles that I just bought too. These Knitter's Pride Dreams, and it's a US size 8, I think, and it's a 32-inch or 80 centimeter. 8 is 5 millimeter.
This is a good pattern for any kind of variegated, because it's not like lace on variegated that can get lost.
Yes.
It's just a nice texture that's easy to.
And the picture on the pattern is it's just a plain gray, so you can really see the pattern well on that.
Yeah.
And then I don't typically like wood needles, but when I really wanted to start this project, and when I went to the yarn store on my way home, they didn't have any metal, so I just bought the wood, and they're really good. I think they're really smooth.
Yeah, they're nice.
So they're fine. I like them, and I'm just using the stitch markers actually too that came in the kit from Kristen. She just there were other ones in there. I'm just using the ring ones. I did try to use the dangly ones because they're more fun, but it was kind of getting like getting wrapped around and tangled in the yarn, so I just did regular ring. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, speaking of good patterns for variegated yarn, this is,
that's great.
This is really good too, because if you have some kind of crazy yarn and you don't really know what pattern or what to do with it, you can do one side that's crazy variegated and one side that's more of a solid, and yeah, that's what I think.
So you can be like crazy in moderation if you're a little bit more reserved, if you want to keep your crazy on the down low.
Yeah, and the solid on this side breaks it up.
Yeah, it's nice.
Not so flashy.
All right, whips on for you.
I don't know what it is with me and these bags lately. I've had them a while. Fondant fiber.
Yeah. I do that with carbons too. I call them carbons. I don't know why.
Fondantfiber.com is Deb, fiber with an R-E. She's in the UK. This is, I have 2 bags. It was like I don't know, not a kit, but
a set.
She has gorgeous yarn and fiber too. Very reasonable, very good shipping prices, especially from the UK. So in this one I have Socks for a Friend. I have more drama about, twice in a row, drama about self-striping yarn. Drama. So frustrating. So this is Deborah Norville Premier Yarn in the chili color.
Oh yeah, chili, but it's not red. You think red, but it's not. It's like raspberry.
Pink, yeah. And really light raspberry. And
it is light raspberry.
I feel like I use this yarn on the first pair of socks I knit, and I feel like people are really starting to find it and use it. It's, you know, it's just a commercial yarn, but it's, you know, inexpensive and probably workhorse. You know, it's nice. It's not everything has to be hand-dyed $1 million yarn, right?
Correct.
So these are for a friend. I'm doing toe up 2 at a time on my 1.5 size 2.5 Addy sock rockets. 40 inch circular, left and right. I'm doing the blueberry waffle pattern. I felt like,
Can I look at it?
yeah, I felt like the Hermione's Everyday pattern kind of, it's smaller. It's like a knit 1 purl 1, and this is a knit 2 purl 2 for 2 rows, and then knit 2 rows. So I felt like this showed up better than the Hermione's Everyday for a patterned sock or self-striping, you know what I mean. But just like the last pair I knit for my friend, where there was a knot in the yarn and it cut out over an inch of the repeat, it was easy to get these to match. So I'm like, okay, great. And I get to this pink, and I see that instead of being pink, it's kind of white. So I'm like, oh, maybe it just didn't get stamped or however the heck the machine does it. And so I'm like, oh, I'll just have like a white that'll be that thick. No, I have a white that's like 2 or 3 rows, and then it goes right back to the blue-green marled pattern. I don't know. I'm glad my friend won't care, but it's just like 2 in a row. Really? 2 different brands, but still.
What's up with that?
Good thing it's cheap yarn, because it's just irritating. 2 in a row. No big deal.
You should write a letter.
Premier Yarn, you're so cheap. Can you please dye
Maybe
the
they'll
yarn
get a free
with no
scan out of it.
mistakes? It's no big deal, but still. It's like, what the heck? So now my next whip is the sweater I'm knitting for our mother. She liked the Fading Lines sweater that I made myself. And like I said, she's allergic to wool, so I needed to find wool-free alternative. And I found this gorgeous yarn. It's Gather Yarns Prime Alpaca Naturals, 100% superfine alpaca. Oh, superfine alpaca made in Peru. It's kind of like a light worsted, I think. It's 8-ounce skeins and 660 yards. So the fading, what does this say? Yeah, light. So it's like a light worsted, close to DK.
Focus.
There we go. This one is Natural Lot. I think that must be the different color. Anyway, 8-ounce skeins. They're huge. What was I going to say? So the Fading Lines sweater is knit out of fingering, and this is not fingering. So the Fading Lines has a wide front. It's an open front, but it's, I guess, you know, it's a wide front, almost like a button band, but it's
not.
So you knit, it's a paid for pattern by Hoagie Locatelli, who I love. And, you know, let me see. You can see that from this, how come this isn't showing up right? It's a raglan increase. And so the front, because the button band is so small, the front are really short. You can see that this is the raglan, and that's the front. And then you pick up all around for the button band, button band, and it has a chevron and
gradient.
Well, in the pattern, it's a gradient. You can use, there's kits from Pigeon Roost Studios that come with the yarn for the main body of the sweater and all the mini skeins you'll need to do the button band and a gradient. But because I'm doing this in a light worsted, I did a gauge swatch, and my mom picked out the fabric she liked. And I'm using the Mama Vertebrae pattern, which is a paid for pattern by, I think, Kelly Brooker. And that comes with 4 different yarn weight variations, from fingering, DK, light worsted, and an Aran. So since that sweater also has practically no front, it's just for your arms and your back basically, I'm using that pattern for this, for the body of the sweater, and using like the lengths and I'll use, for the lengths of the arm and the body of the sweater and the button band, I'm going to use the Fading Lines pattern.
I can't wait till you're done. Yes, and I can't wait till you're done with this, because if you don't understand it, try episode 1 or episode 2, because it's explained in both of those.
What?
How she's doing it and what patterns she's using and everything like that, which is fine, because some people don't watch every episode, and that's totally fine. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying don't keep repeating yourself. I'm just saying out of necessity it's being repeated, and it's like I'm hearing it for the 3rd time.
Sorry. I'll try. Next time, hopefully it'll be done, and I'll say, go look.
Go look.
Or it's on my project page. You'll see what I did. I'm sorry. I won't repeat it again.
No, you don't have to be sorry. It's fine.
So last week,
I'm not sorry.
2 weeks ago, I was right here on the sleeve. So just starting this one sleeve. This is my...
Did you break the straw for that?
I think I did not break it. It broke. It had a little...
I didn't break it.
It's a little iced latte from Sucre Miniatures on Etsy. It had a little straw and it broke off. I kept looking at it. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought that was higher, and then it was off completely. So I've finished this sleeve. And this sleeve, I was up till like midnight finishing this sleeve because I'm just done with the sleeves. Sometimes the sleeves can just feel like torture because they're just not, just almost like knitting up 2 socks for one sleeve. And I wanted to power through, so I'm ready to start the button band. Hopefully I'll be done on our next episode. So I have a lighter gray. This, it's a dark gray, and then I have a light gray and a natural cream to do for the button band. And I'll have more than enough to do other things. Maybe I'll dye some of it or something. Oh, it's a good thing we got I was hoping I wouldn't need 2 skeins of the dark gray because of, they're 8-ounce skeins. But, so it's a lot of yarn. But I used a whole skein knitting the first arm, like the sweater and the first arm. So I needed the 2nd skein to start the 2nd arm. And part of the button band is going to be the dark. Did that sound okay?
No, it's not terrible.
Little too rambly, sorry.
But it's too late because we don't edit. I don't know if you noticed.
One shot, baby.
We don't edit. So, sorry. That's going to stay in there. All right, so I guess we move on to procurements, which I already talked about mine. I bought my Carbons needles, and I bought my Knitter's Pride needles, and my yarn, and my sock blockers. And I got these. They were in a set of 2.
Camera.
And the camera. So I got these. They're Knitter's Pride sock blockers, and I bought them in a set of 2. And I just got them off Amazon, so I'll put the link to where I got them. And then I got a camera, a new webcam. It is a Logitech. I think it's a C615 or 950. I don't even know. It's not on there, but it's a 1080p HD camera, and it wasn't too bad. I wanted to try to keep it on the minimum because this is just supposed to be like a fun hobby for us.
Low budget podcast.
This is not something that we do for income or anything like that. So we just want to keep it fun and keep it light. So it wasn't too expensive, and I also got that on Amazon, which is my favorite place to buy things.
I think we're shaking on camera.
I'm sorry. My favorite place to buy things. We got a Prime. When we bought our house, we got a Prime membership because, when you get a house, it's not just you buying a house. You have to like buy all the crap that goes in the house. So we got the Prime membership just to see, because I guess you get like upgraded shipping or something.
Yeah, free 2-day.
Free 2-day shipping. So for all of our stuff, and then we're like, oh, and if we don't like it, you also get like movies. You can stream movies, and I think you can get music. Like it's kind of like Pandora or whatever. And then we're like, we'll get rid of it if we don't end up using it afterwards. We use it like all the time.
Good.
Anything ever we need to buy. Like we bought a bunch of like fireplace stuff on it. It's like we use it all the time. So I'll just put links to where I got them on Amazon.
Nice.
And then I think that's it for all I bought.
Okay. So yeah, we went and
we talked about
errands.
We did errands after our last podcast. We went to did we go? We went up to New Haven. We went up to New Haven. I think we did. And then we went to Sugar Bakery, which I don't know if you have ever been. If anybody who's in Connecticut has the opportunity to go to East Haven Sugar Bakery, they bake cupcakes, and it's also, they have candies and stuff, and Italian, some Italian cookies and things, and they were on Cupcake Wars twice and won once, and it's like the most heavenly, delicious, wonderful.
Yeah,
so I went on Thursday, and then I went again and then I went again on Sunday. And then we went to Madisonville and the post office.
So on our errands.
Oh, I forgot.
Madison Wool.
I love this.
I finally got some hobbledehoy. I've never gotten it before. I think she's on Etsy.
Ooh, it's fibery.
Oh, it says hobbledehoyfibers.com. I'll put a link. Is that doing that? I think I got it.
Get it a little bit closer, maybe. Did that work?
I think it looks good. Anyway, I'll have a link.
Whatever.
It's no big deal. I haven't ever used her batlings before, but it's, you know, a little bag. I think it's 2 ounces. 2 ounces. This colorway is the Magical Realism. Super fine, superwash merino wool and silk.
Oh, it's so lovely. It's like a dream.
Whatever. I guess that doesn't matter either. So they're just little bats twisted up.
Are you going to hand spin this for me?
No. You can buy yourself some and I'll do it.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
But they just, you know, they're knotted, twisted up into a knot, and then you just open it like this.
It's beautiful.
And spin it like that. And it's got all these, what is it? Kind of a
like
yellow and a teal and a gray with the royal purple. Is that what they call it? Royal purple?
I don't know, actually.
No, royal blue. I don't know. Anyway, dark purple.
But the purple also has like shades of like, I don't know, kind of like a pinky purple or something. It's
magenta,
really beautiful.
And then, you know, the shiny silk purple. And
if I buy it, you'll spin it for me?
yeah, I'll spin you whatever you want.
I love having a sister who does things that I also like.
Well, thanks. Yeah, so it's just 2 ounces. I'll have to do it with something else maybe. But that's what I got on after our last podcast.
Little field trip.
I've tried to be good. You don't know how many things I haven't bought.
I know.
And then what day was it? Monday? Tuesday? Amy had to go to the dentist and she asked if I wanted to watch Charlotte. And then I said she could stay either way. Oh, she wanted to know if I could go with her and wrangle Charlotte at the doctor's office. But I said she can stay here or whatever. And so she stayed with my mom and I went with Amy and we crawled around Michael's and AC Moore looking for patents that they don't have at my Joann's. I bought a color that I thought I had, but I thought it was different because sometimes when they're skeined up, they look different sometimes. Whatever color ends up being on the outside. So I didn't bring the one that I had already bought because I looked and whatever. Maybe I'll make them for a gift. But look how different these. I think they look different.
I think so too. I don't know if it's reading on camera, but they definitely look different in person.
So sometimes it's hard to tell that it's the same color because whatever, like I said, whatever color is on the outside. So I got these at Michael's in Waterford, and it's the Patents Croix Socks FX. And what is this? 50 grams, 166 yards. This is the Cascade colors.
Oh, there it is.
And it kind of, you can see on the picture, it's not really striping. It kind of,
patterning?
No, well, it kind of just moves. I don't know.
A little bit.
I can't explain it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. And then I got 2 skeins of this at AC Moore. This is the Meadow Stripes color. And that will be more of a small stripes. I don't know if I'll love it, or if I don't, I'll give them to a friend or make them for our nieces or whatever. AC Moore was so smelly. Oh, the minute we walked in, it had a ton of stuff blowing, and then it was blowing all through the store, all the way in the back corner. It was awful. Amy was on the phone at the front of the store, and I practically like threw my stuff at her and had to go outside and get some air because it was bad. It makes me feel like shaky. And
I don't think we said in the beginning, which I think we're gonna put that on our list to start saying in the beginning, is that we're coming from Connecticut.
Oh,
yes. I mean, by now I think you figured it out because I was talking about Connecticut, and
yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
We said it before.
We're in Connecticut. southeastern and south central.
Yep. I live near the casinos and she lives near the water and the outlets.
I live near the beach. Okay. So is that it? Do we talk about living the dream?
Do you want to talk about podcasts first or after?
Whatever you want to do.
Well, we mentioned Vanessa on Celticraft podcast.
Yes.
I think she was
I haven't watched her yet.
No, she's fun. She's in the UK. I think she's in Yorkshire.
Yeah, I'm not on the podcast bandwagon yet. There are a few that I watch like every week or every time they every time they film I'll watch, but I've been binge watching The Blacklist.
I've been binge watching Prison Break.
Ooh, and you know what else I just saw too that I want to start watching is The Nick, which is on Netflix, I think. And I went to New York one time with my previous employers.
Oh, that's
I don't know anything about it.
I don't know if you like it. It's a little.
I might not like it, but anyway, we were in New York. We were down near where is that bakery? Near Brooklyn, near the bridge. Near Brooklyn Bridge.
Baby Cakes.
Baby Cakes, but it's not Baby Cakes anymore. It's called
Erin McKenna's Bakery.
And it's a vegan bakery. But anyway, we were down there and they were filming The Nick.
Oh,
and I
really?
and this was forever ago. It was a while ago. And I never really like looked it up or watched for it to come out or anything, but I was on Netflix last night and I saw it. And apparently it's about a doctor or something.
Yeah.
It's like medicine at the turn of the century.
I watched one episode before and it was a little like rough, kind of like rated R version.
Oh, rough in what way? Like language or blood or nudity?
Yeah, and like
all of the above.
Yeah, and drugs. I ended up turning off. It was just too much.
Well, anyway, I've been binge watching The Blacklist finally after starting and doing a couple of episodes. So I haven't really watched any like podcasts. I've watched the few that I normally do, but I haven't really branched out, which I should, and I'm sorry.
I have a huge list. I subscribe to everything, and then I'll watch a few, and if it's not for me, then I, unsubscribe. But there's some I always watch, and then some I'll watch if I'm looking for other stuff to watch, or you go back and forth. Not everybody's for everybody.
We're not for everybody.
No, probably not. And
we're probably not for most people.
There's quite a few podcasts that are really, really popular and everybody loves, and I'm like, not for me. But so it's not good or bad or otherwise. It's just what you're into.
Yep. So Vanessa Kill to Craft.
She's fun. Mina talks about her a lot, and she talks about Mina a lot. She's really, really cute and really sweet, and I love her accent a lot. Then I found the Stranded podcast with Amy from the UK. I think she's on the southern coast of England. She seems pretty young. I don't know if she's like in college or high school or what, but she's the dyer behind Stranded Dye Works. So give it a shot. It's another one to add to your list. And I really, really liked Pin Feathers and Pearls. It's Candace in Calgary.
And Pearls is
really
like knit pearl,
cute.
so P-U-R-L.
Yeah, we'll put links and everything. But she's really cute.
In Calgary.
With her
Does she know the Fawn Knits? Because I think the Fawn Knits is kind of maybe near Calgary.
I don't know. I know the Lone Larch knows the Fawn Knits. The Lone Larch is another podcast I'll link to. Yeah, I know that there's quite a few, like 4 or 5 right in the general
and it's
radius of Calgary.
When you're from a small state, sometimes an hour seems like it's far. But
yeah, like Connecticut, an hour.
But when you're in Canada, an hour is like really close because Canada's enormous. So,
right.
And then I used to drive an hour one way, an hour for work. And so now when people say an hour, I'm like, oh, that's no big deal. But I used to be like, an hour? Oh, that's forever.
I know, because in Connecticut, you can almost probably get from top to bottom in an hour.
Yeah, and I actually knew someone from
Maybe
Vermont.
A little over.
When I was working in retail, and he came and helped out in the store a bunch of times. And anytime I said anything about anywhere in Connecticut, he'd be like, "What's that? About an hour?" Because everything was like an hour or less. And I'm like, well, there's some places in Connecticut, like probably if you went from Norwich area or like the casinos to like Torrington or Vernon, that's probably over an hour.
No, well, isn't
Litchfield County?
Oh yeah.
To New London County is.
Yeah, if you went from my house in southeastern Connecticut to where did we go? Norwalk. That was like an hour and a half.
And is that in northwestern?
No, that was after Bridgeport. It's on the coast.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the longest from east to west is probably maybe 2 hours, maybe
Yeah.
at the longest part. So yeah, we're pretty spoiled. I'm about an hour. I'm about an hour from Providence, 45 minutes from Providence,
South.
Rhode Island.
Right, south? It is south.
Southeast, maybe.
It's hard because if
Yeah.
you're from this area at all, like anywhere in the New England area or like New Yorkish area, 95 or Pennsylvania, even 95 is like what a lot of people talk about. So like, but 95 in Connecticut, it's north south, like 95 north and south. But when you are on it, you're going
Right.
east to west.
Yeah.
So like if I was going to go to New Haven, for example, I would take 95 south, but I'm really actually traveling dead west practically. So.
Yeah, right.
So New York City, we're east of New York City, but on the highway, we're north of New York City.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah.
So anyway, 395 though, that goes north south.
Right.
Pretty true north south.
Yeah, and that's just on the east side. And,
Anyways.
but yeah, 95 goes north south from Florida to Maine, but there is the part in Connecticut.
The part in Connecticut goes
east,
like
west, east.
True east-west. Like
Yeah.
when you're driving in at sunset south, you're like blinded by the sun because you're going like directly into
directly
the sun. It's
across
like true
the
east-west.
bottom
It's
of
crazy.
the state. Yeah. Anyway,
there you go
know.
for geography of Connecticut. Just come here.
Tangent.
Anyway, so we'll talk about living the dream. So we talked a little bit about what we did, fun little field trip last time, 2 weeks ago after we podcasted or filmed. And then I actually had some friends come down on the 14th. We have friends that work at a bank, and so they get like holidays off. So I think, what was it, President's Day was the 15th.
Monday.
So we usually alternate. So like we'll go, they're from Rhode Island, southern Massachusetts area. So last time we got together, I think it was Labor Day or something. I don't remember. What's in November? Doesn't matter. And we went to like a winery and we do wine tastings. So anyway, this time they came down to see us, and we went to a couple of breweries in our area. So we're right near the Stony Creek Brewery, and we're right near Thimble Islands Brewery. And we went and we got like a flight. So you sampled like 5, I think, different beers or whatever.
That's
it was
nice.
super fun. And they have tables there if you're kind of in the area or want to think of something else to do. They have tables in there, and they don't serve food, but you can bring your own. And then when it's nice out, they have food trucks and stuff, which is really fun. And it's right. Thimble Islands is not right on the water. It's near the water, but you can't see it from the pub or the brewery. But Stony Creek is like right on the water, and they have like a wraparound. It's like so gorge, and it's really close, like really, really close to East Haven. So after that, we drove into New Haven, and we went to Bar for pizza. So New Haven is pretty famous for its pizza. It's different than New York pizza, and it's different than like Greek pizza. It's its own style. And there's a bunch of really famous pizza places in New Haven. So one of the biggest ones that a lot of people know is Pepe's Pizza. And we were going to go there, but it was like frigid. This was the weekend where it was like frigid cold. It was like 7 degrees Fahrenheit. And so I've gone to Pepe's once, and it was like warm out, and it was like a line all the way down like the sidewalk to get in there. So there wasn't a line outside, but you were like right in the doorway. So we thought we'd be really cold. So we ended up going to Bar, which Bar is cool because they also brew their own beer. So we kind of went with the theme. And Bar is famous for their mashed potato pizza. So if you're looking for something interesting, mashed potato pizza.
On crust?
Yeah. It's a white pizza. I haven't gotten it, and I don't eat meat. And when my husband got it, when we went for everyone to share, he got bacon, which of course, I mean, you have to get mashed potato bacon. So I didn't try it, and I've never tried it, but they're delish. And then the next day we went to Sugar again. We kind of just hung out in the morning. We watched Jaws, which a friend of mine had never seen it before.
What?
Which was my same reaction. Like, how could you have never seen Jaws? And I'm like, oh yeah, like I think I saw Jaws for the first time like a year or so ago. I never saw it. It's a classic. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's classic. So we watched Jaws. That was super fun. And then we went out for cupcakes again.
Yeah.
And then we went to a Chinese buffet, and then that was it.
Yeah.
So, and then since then I got my hair cut since I last saw you, which I don't know.
Me too.
I don't know if you noticed, but we got our hairs cut for you.
I'm growing mine out after the miscommunication, so I think it's finally where I wanted it.
Yeah.
6 months ago. No, maybe 3.
And I also got my teeth cleaned. I got my teeth cleaned yesterday.
Excuse us.
Oh, you know what's really crazy too, which is really funny? I grind my teeth, and I've been grinding my teeth for a long, long time. And I don't do it like all the time, but I've talked to numerous different dentists about like, oh, I grind my teeth. I don't know if you should, like, if I should get a mouth guard. And they were like, no, I don't see any like real damage, whatever. So I haven't said anything in like 5 years. I had a new hygienist. She wasn't new, but new to me, whatever. I hadn't seen her before. The minute I opened my mouth, she was like, do you grind your teeth? And I'm like, I do. And she goes, have you looked into getting a mouth guard? And I'm like, no. And she's like, well, you should. And I'm like, what is up? Maybe it's just, it's taken its toll. I'm 30 now, so it's taken its toll. So anyway.
Little known fact about Adrienne.
I don't know if you guys care, but
she grinds her teeth.
I grind my teeth. But here's the thing, too. I'm also talking to my sister. It's not just you. You're kind of looking in on. She doesn't care either, though. That's all I've done. Sorry.
Yeah. Exciting. No, and you're going out tomorrow night with Adrienne. I mean, Amy.
I'm Adrienne. I'm going out tomorrow night with Amy. Oh, yeah. So I was telling her about how our friends came down and we went to the brewery and blah, blah, blah. And she acted like jealous. So I said, well, her husband is in the Navy. I don't know if we've talked about this before. Her husband's in the Navy.
I think we did.
So for a year, he's actually stationed in New Hampshire. And so he comes down on the weekends. So I said, when he comes down this weekend, we'll bring some food. It'll be super fun. Yeah. So we're going to go back tomorrow.
Amy's our other sister. Amy's in between the two of us in age.
Yeah,
so the girls are sleeping over.
Yeah. So that'll be fun.
Gigi. They call her mom Gigi.
Well, she's definitely not a meme. I mean, that's for sure.
No, so that'll be fun. Amy said, oh, you should come with us, but I don't like beer.
You probably won't like it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, I don't like beer. No. I'm tired. I'll be a buzzkill.
Yeah.
And I just, I don't know. I'm boring.
Jerk. Just kidding. Gosh, calm down.
No, but I don't want to, if you don't like beer.
I don't think you'd be a buzzkill.
It's like the time we went to the concert that we just didn't really, it's like we went to Dave Matthews with somebody. And
that's like from a million years ago.
I know, but
it's like a time.
It's like the same way though. It's the same thing. Listen, 11, 12 years ago, we went to Dave Matthews Band.
It's like, did that even really happen? It's so long. It feels like another life.
I like them fine, but not enough.
Dave Matthews. We're not in the Dave Matthews, and we're not in the Dave Matthews culture of things. I'm not.
Well, not the culture.
Not the culture of the smoking pot.
No. But it was.
Which whatever. No judgment. It's just.
No, we're not.
Which
in
we
that
don't
culture.
smoke pot. So.
But it was a big. They were very popular when I was in high school, so I know the songs, but I don't know all the words. And we went with somebody who loved Dave Matthews.
Huge Dave Matthews fan.
So we're there, and we were talking during the concert, and we were talking so much during a loud concert that the guy behind us told us to stop talking.
It's when you're not into it, it's not as fun for you.
So to bring that all home, you don't want to go to a bar if you don't like beer.
True.
And just sit around with other people drinking beer. I'm sure I could get another drink, but
Stony Creek we're gonna go to Stony Creek, I think, because it's hard because I personally like Thimble Island's beers better than I like the Stony Creek beers. But I like the atmosphere at Stony Creek better than I like Thimble Island. So it's kind of hard for me. But Stony Creek is super cool if anybody's looking to do an event or anything. It's really neat. They have like a whole reception thing up in the upstairs. And when my husband went there for the first time with some friends, he said that there was a wedding going on and they were actually taking pictures in like where they brew the beer. So like in front of like the big vats and stuff, and there's big windows so you can see, like it's all industrial and there's a fireplace. It's a super cool place. So if you're looking to do an event or anything, it's really nice too. There's a deck off the top level and you can go out and look at the water and everything. So it's a really cool place to just hang out if you're looking.
Nice.
But if you don't like beer, it's probably not for you.
Yeah, and then it's an hour away from home, so then it's I'm an old lady.
Well, I'm glad she invited you.
Yeah, that was nice. Thanks, Amy.
Sorry, we'll do something you like next time.
Oh, I'm fine. I don't feel left out. I'm a homebody anyway. So.
There you go.
Stay home with my yarn.
That's funny. All right, I guess that's it. Oh, and I think we're going to the Connecticut Home Show tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
It's kind of cool. If you're in Connecticut, there's a home show tomorrow. Well, this weekend. That's it. The end. Thanks for coming. We hope to see you again next time.
If you made it this far through our ramblings,
you're a true fan. We don't have any fans yet, I don't think, but a little too
No,
soon
we
to
have,
have
like,
true fans.
We have like 50 people in the group. Oh, and
Yes.
Beth Witty Knitting from Foxes in Socks podcast. They haven't podcasted in a while, but
and what's his name from Dairyland Knits? We were kind of like
Josh.
we were
Josh
fangirls.
joined the group.
We mentioned him. Did we mention him on the first podcast or second? It doesn't matter.
think the
We mentioned
second.
him, and
Yeah.
he
He joined the group.
He joined the group, and it was
Text her.
like total fangirl moment. We were like, "Oh my gosh, it's Josh from here." We got cut off. That was my computer telling us you've talked too long.
Well, anyway, quickly, Beth from Foxes and Socks. I want to say from the Foxes and Socks podcast joined our group. Welcome, Beth.
Welcome, Beth.
She had the prettiest baby girl on the 14th.
Oh, was that the one that you knit that sweater for? So it's on Ravelry, and she posted a picture of her baby in the little cardigan, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, that cardigan looks super familiar. Where did I see that? And then I read her little blurb, and it's thanks Sarah for knitting this. I'm like, that's where I saw it.
Oh, she's so
it's really
pretty.
cute sweater too. Good job.
She's one of the prettiest babies ever. Oh, Aspen Ann, really cute. Congratulations, Beth, and new Auntie Carrie.
Congratulations. All right, so I guess that's it. That's the real
now
the
it's
end.
Really it.
Now the end. Thank you for coming. We'll see you again next time, and that's it.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.